Yeah. You just got to show everything, don't you? Well, here it is. What you see.
Yeah, what you see when you get. Let me tell you what, man. This is the man, the legend right here. Thank you for your help.
1965 Mustang.
Yeah, that's why we're full of Mustangs over here, right?
That's it.
So we ended up mock fitting some of the old skinny wheels that we had. Actually went kind of easy and gave us some ideas on what we're gonna do. It's definitely looking kind of official, like with the front skinnies on it, but we just put these on here so we can get this thing rolling around. Maybe the axle won't be as official since it's still like a 4-lug, and we're gonna have to put some of the other wheels that we had on it, the old Sabres that we had sitting on it, so. So this is a pretty good little setup. It's kind of a mock fit. This is what it will kind of look like when the coupe starts to get its axle put in. So it's nice that we're putting these in now. So we managed to actually mock fit the coupe. You can see all the adjustments we can have on this chassis, and you wonder why. I can't wait to kind of switch to this thing. At least we got something going here for the coupe. We're not going to end up taking these control arms pretty much out. We got it kind of mock fitted now. So here's something that I wanted to measure with a stock axle. Since I have adjustable lowers, looks like this hole in stock location from the tube is about 2-inch center. And I wanted to check that. And I also wanted to check it looks like it might be 3-inch for the shock. So I can mark on my axle when we go to put it in a white car, these are the locations. It's looking like the bottom control arm 2-inch is pretty much the first hole on the Team Z bracket right here. That's where we're gonna start. And each time I bring this down, it's gonna bite more. And then on the shock, looks like it would be the middle hole. That's what we're gonna go with. I went ahead and marked the holes just to make sure I knew where they were at. It's gonna be an interesting year to be able to lock the front end down on the white car and be able to change the control arm and spring and ride height, and maybe mess with the radial, maybe get the slick to bite harder. I hate to see the coupe get back off the lift, but it's been on there too long, and we gotta get moving. We got to drill a couple holes for the bracket here. These are the stock style brackets. I should be coilover or whatever on the rear of the car, but that's okay. We're gonna just hook this back up like we had it before. We're gonna fill this full of diff fluid, and we're gonna make those holes real quick. It doesn't look too bad. We did some fixes on it. This isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like I talked about, we're just trying to get a helmet on, you know what I mean? I mean, it's gonna be safe. I don't think there's gonna be any issues, and the main problem was the axle brackets anyways. My hope today is to get the axle in, get the brakes bled up, and maybe even just go for a ride. It is 70 degrees in Ohio, so it's a little bit different today. Got everything disconnected, bringing the axle down. Not much to report outside of the fact we had a flying spring. It was a little bit dangerous, but chance. I just changed all these Heim joints last year, so they should work out pretty well for us. All right, so we got most of the axle set in place here, and since we're making new adjustments, just changing these brackets alone and the springs have changed this, suspension geometry, quite a bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and stick the RC comps on real quick and bring the car down and try to let it rest on itself before I put the drive shaft and do all the brake work to it. That way I can kind of figure out, what it's gonna do, with ride height, and if I got these, if I got these holes correct. So unless we went with another spring, we're gonna definitely have to change our scenario here. I've got to go up another slot, I think, and maybe even change back to the factory springs. I mean, it is what it is. I'll try to do that with the Team Z and see if it doesn't squat still. They're just part of the process, trying to figure out the new brackets. But I mean, they're strong. The axle's much stronger than it was last year. Not bent. reinforced, ready to go. We messed with the torque boxes a little bit in the top. We're going to continue trying to get this, you know, this height right. So I'll pull these tires back off and bring it up another notch and see if that doesn't fix it. So after a few hours of going back and forth with shock settings and spring setting, we finally got the axle set in place where we want it. We'll probably make adjustments later, but for now, we're off the jack stands and we're headed to the streets. Not real sure what to expect, so we're gonna kind of take it easy, but we're pretty excited to get our shit off the jack stands. You know, driving these cars and getting them fixed and working and functional, I mean, it's literally like therapy. And one of the things I was missing was being able to just jump in my car and drive when I'm not in a good mood or got a lot on my mind, just to kind of clear the air a little bit. So to end the video, we're gonna head out to our favorite spot and make a little bit of a power hit, get the car up to speed, see if it goes straight and make sure that it works okay. Take it back to the shop, bleed the brakes, make a few more adjustments with the anti-roll bar and call it a day. Maybe, just maybe, we can get to the track soon. We do plan this year to be making more street hits to get the car more friendly with the asphalt, along with definitely making some suspension adjustments than we have the last few years. It should be interesting. All right, well, there it is. Went from the day, starting the day with a different axle in it to driving it tonight. So pretty quick little hit. We definitely have air in the lines with the brakes. We got some tuning we got to do a little bit. Hopefully the injectors are good, but we got a little thermal thing that'll tell us if one's not firing. To be honest with you, it's got to go back up on the lift, and we're going to put the travel limiters in it from Team Z, and we're going to lock this front end or this rear end down. Try to keep a little bit of travel out of it. I don't know. We did what we needed to do today. We got our shit off the jack stands, and you know, we're gonna go find out how fast it isn't, and just enjoy it. You know, when we're getting stuff off the jack stands, this is just the inspiration and the motivation, you know, to get it done. I needed to get a video for next week, and I said to myself, you know what? I'm not coming out of the garage until I have this axle finished. And not only did we finish it, but we got to take it for a ride for once. So, but there it is, 363 stroker, small turbo. We run this car like it's a nitrous car. You know, it spools quick. I don't even really need the two-step, but with the two-step, we're going to probably be popping some wheelies. So I'm going to try to get some separation and maybe even run a radial later on. But anyway, you guys enjoy the storage content, leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't. Check out that merch at neomustangs.com. Check out the join button. Become a member of the channel. Appreciate all my members every month. But outside of that, I'll just see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.